Hi, this is Anne with SVG Cut File, and today I'm going to show you how to change the color of a PNG file for free online using a site called Photopea. Alright, let's get started. Now before you begin, make sure you don't have a pop-up blocker on. If you do, disable it or you could lose your work. So here I am at photopea.com. I'm going to come here to Open from Computer, and then I'll navigate to my PNG file. And I'll open that. Now this is an image that I downloaded from vecteezy.com. It's got a transparent background and it's just one color. Now if you have a multicolor design, please check out my other video, which will be right up at the top of your screen right now. In that video you can kind of select a part of your design and change just the color of that part. But this video is for just changing the entire PNG to a different color. Over here in your layers, you'll see your background layer. In that same panel, you'll want to come down to the very bottom to this part which says EFF. I'm going to click that and then I'll choose Color Overlay. Then you'll get this pop-up. Now right next to the percentage, there's a color right here. Right now it's black, so I'm going to click that. And then this strip right here is where you can choose what color you want it to be. So if I move the slider up here, I get reds, I get blues as I go on down, and then orange, and then back to red. So I want kind of a pinkish color. Then I'm going to click in the upper right part of this big square. You can see that the image has changed in the background. But the way this square works, if I click and drag my selection over to the left, you can see we get more white. If I drag it down, I get more black. And then if I drag it diagonally, I'll get more gray in the color. So I want a really strong pink, but you can decide what color you want, of course. And I'll say OK. And then I'll say OK again. So now I've changed the color of my PNG file to bright pink. Now I just need to export it. So I'll come to File, Export As, and then PNG. I usually use these settings the same, and then I'll save it. When I do that, it'll go into my Downloads folder. So I'm going to click the little folder icon right here. This might be different depending on what browser you're in, but for Google Chrome it should look like just a little file like this, and that'll show us where it went on our computer. So this is in Downloads, and if I take a look at it, here's what I get. I get a transparent background and a pink image. Now let's change it to white, because that's something that a lot of people want to do. They want a dark colored garment and a white image. So I'll undo. I'll come back down here to EFF, and then I'll choose Color Overlay again. It's going to remember that I had pink before, and that's fine. I'll just click on this and I'll go all the way over to the upper left. And then if you want true white, make sure this field right here is set with 6 Fs. FFF, FFF. That is true white. That's the hex code for true white. And then I'll say OK, and I'll say OK again, and then I can export this in the same way. We'll say Save. It'll go to my Downloads, and then when I preview it, here's what I get. Now yours might come up all white, but that's probably just because your computer doesn't show transparency like mine does. I have a Mac. I think PCs might show this as white instead of transparent. So it's probably just fine. And that's it. Alright, if you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you!